Oh,
Hello.
there we go.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's going on, dude?
And welcome Beyond the Veil.
Thank you. I'm here. Finally.
Awesome. Hey, tonight we are talking about some things like,
Mysterious structures and sites, dude?
yeah,
You mean?
yeah, it says
Yep.
it right there. Actually, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. All right, so, Rum,
Mm,
you
that's
all,
me.
you stream?
Oh, am I getting a shout out?
Yeah.
Well, you're here.
I thought that'd be enough, but like I get a little ceremony as well. I like that. I do stream.
Okay, and
We'll
what
do
do?
it. We'll... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Honestly, we'll
I'm
probably
going
do
out.
it again later when more people come in. But
Yeah.
we'll do it in the beginning,
Oh.
too.
Nothing but constant shout outs.
I like that. I rate that.
So what do you normally stream? What's like your
Fucking
bread and
just
butter?
anything. Art on Mondays. And games with friends, like Rocket
Oh.
League. Like survival games, open world. Huge fan of open world survival games.
Any personal favorite?
Oh, fucking Subnautica.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I did
you-
a 14-hour stream of Subnautica. Finished it. in one go.
48? Is it 48?
14.
Oh, 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'll say 48. That's
not
that's a
going
little
that
too
long
much.
yet.
no. I still have yet to do a 24-hour stream.
Yeah. Oh god, I couldn't do
I don't
that. I
think- I don't
can't
think I
stay
could.
awake for that long.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I'd have to be on like one of my insomnia kicks, but I doubt I could even do that. I think one of the people that probably could is probably Big Cat, because he like never sleeps, and if he doesn't,
Big Cat
he-
could do it.
fall asleep, he could or couldn't.
I think Big Cat could do it, yeah.
He probably could do it. Yeah, I think he's streaming right now too. So shout out to Big Cat also.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's good to have you on though, Rum. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And yeah, today we're talking about mysterious structures. This was something we wanted to talk about this is one of the main ones we really wanted to talk about. Obviously, mine was probably
Yeah.
urban and legends and folklore, which I'm sure we'll go back to because there's so much of that. But mysterious sites for sure.
There's so much to cover for all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Big old list.
So what exactly makes a site mysterious?
Probably the mystery, right?
That's a
It's
good
hard to
point.
guess.
He's right.
That's I guess you're not wrong.
Right.
So it's how it got there, what it was used for, why it was used.
Yeah, I think that it varies. I mean, I think a lot of the things that we have here, there's different reasons why they're mysterious in their own right. I feel like a good portion of them is how they got there, because a lot of them are like, not a lot of them, a few of them are basically like ancient in terms of time.
Yeah.
They're ancient in terms of time. It's like it doesn't really make
And
transported some of these things into these areas and arrange them in such a way.
Some of the things that we're going to be discussing are not even ancient. Some are pretty recent.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we have, well, obviously we have Rum here with us. Rum has done some.
I've been out in the field.
He's been doing some field research for us.
Isn't it literally in a field?
It is. It's literally in a field.
It's literally in a field.
Literally in a field.
Yeah, I wasn't lying. It's on a hill as well.
He's doing some hill research.
Hell yeah, love that. Or hill, yeah, I should say.
God.
Yeah, sorry.
Damn, that's the worst. So mysterious sites and structures. Rum, you have a mysterious site and structure that might be. It might be more of a mystery of why it's mysterious, as we just learned before we went live.
Yeah, there's
this
a
was
little bit of controversy to it.
Yeah. So
Essentially, kind of like growing up, I'd like hear about this place that's like super local, just in like a really small village near me. I mean, all the villages near me are fucking tiny, but this particular one has a sort of very like infamous church called the Church of St. Mary the Virgin, and I was always told by like people who are supposedly like familiar with the place, with the location, like that it was basically like facing the wrong way and therefore a satanic church. Like it was either built incorrectly and then used for satanic like rituals and stuff, or like it was built in order to be a satanic church.
Is that something
Nobody-
that's like? Is that something that's like accepted in like?
Okay.
Oh, and I was gonna say like in religious doctrine, like do they say like you're required to have a church built in a certain way because forming a certain cardinal direction?
Yeah, so in the UK, I don't know if it's the same in the US, but in the UK, like all the churches are built to face the east.
yeah, I know for a fact that when the Knights Templar were buried, they were buried in such a way where if they were to sit up, they would be facing east every single time. So I did not grow up Catholic. I do not know very much about the minor Catholic traditions.
I did. I don't want to get into what I am now, but I don't really care. But I'm atheist, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
I don't recall if that was something in the States, or if it's like specific to other areas of the world in terms of Catholicism. I don't recall that being a rule that I'm aware of. I may have just not noticed it. But yeah, but everything's. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say later on we can just look up to see the Vatican on Google Maps and see where that's facing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But regardless, it was kind of an urban legend around where you grew up that this church, there was something off about it, and it was because it was built in an improper direction, or at least that's what everybody said.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I went up there myself. It's not hard to like go there with a compass and see which way it's facing, but turns out it was just a complete fucking rumor. It is facing the correct way. So
well, let's take a look at some of these photos here.
yeah. It's fucking crazy. Like, it's interesting. Because there were like 100% like rituals. So these are some of the pictures that I took.
Okay.
These are the gravestones that I'll probably go into a little bit like in a second. There's like a really nice panoramic shot that I got.
Okay. So these are the gravestones that are on the church's property.
Not quite. So these, because it had such a prominent hang on, I've got notes. Right. Here's a quote. The churchyard possessed the unviable reputation of being a hunt for body snatchers, and many human bones have been dug up in the fields. And basically a bunch of the tombs and the graves have just been like constantly like re-dug up. Like there was one girl that died at the age of 22 in the 70s, in the 1770s, and I think her grave was like dug up like 7 or 8 times, like consecutively, just because people who would go up there to do these rituals would use like her bones, like specifically like hers and other like female deceased like
Holy shit.
What
Yeah.
was so why her?
I think there's no like information on her. There's no information like about how she died that I can find. But
I mean, it could just be like consistency. If they're performing some ritual, it's possible that like whatever ritual they're basing their stuff off of requires the same
yeah,
life force to be used, or lack thereof, to be
that is-
used in each subsequent time the ritual is performed. It's possible. I don't know.
So
isn't quite possible.
but my thing is at that point, why wouldn't you just keep the bones? Unless the
because
ritual
that-
was
because you're
designed
just-
that you actually had to dig the person up over and over and over again. I think it would be
Possibly just-
easier to just shove them in a sack, bring it along
Probably
with
don't
you.
want to
The ritual
disturb.
had been like left there.
You probably don't want to disturb the land too much. If there is some force at this area,
Yeah.
if you just take that force away, I would imagine that it probably like loses its, I don't know what to call it. It loses its impact on whatever ritual is needs to be performed there. You take the bones away from that, maybe it loses some of its, I don't fucking know, ritual essence.
I don't listen.
I'm just telling you. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe this is a reason. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah,
I expect people who would like lay the ritual down would probably want to keep it there. I don't see why they would take the bones back. And I think the bones would have been reburied by like the police or whatever who like came across it.
Oh, they just kind of left it, and it was just kind of an annoyance to these ritual doers. To where they, oh damn, they buried the bones again.
Legit.
It's a good thing we brought the shovel. Weird. What a job to rebury a grave robbing.
I don't think
site.
it's a job, dude. It's a passion.
To
I really don't-
rebury.
like, I know that sounds funny, but legitimately.
No, I'm saying to rebury.
Rebury, right? Yeah, it's passion, dude. If they really want to do this ritual, right?
No.
And they want the possibility to be able to move forward. They want to keep it things as normal as possible on the land, to ensure the next time they try it, nothing they did fucked up any possibility of whatever thing they think is going to happen.
But I was saying if they left the remains for the police to clean up.
Oh,
Imagine it being, you know, Officer Swanson, you're on skeleton burial duty again. Oh man, you know, like,
Oh man!
Oh,
you know I
man.
ain't got no brain.
yeah.
Bloody hell, me again.
So
Officer Swanson's always getting those skelly calls.
yeah, it's really too bad because he's a damn good cop. Rum, what was the name of this child that they keep?
Okay, so the name of the person was Jenny Humberstone.
Okay, did you see? Did you look for? Did you happen to see the headstone of the?
I didn't go around each
Okay.
stone. A
It's
lot of them are unintelligible.
okay. Yeah, because here's the thing. Also, if I were the well, the local government, I was going to say the state, but it doesn't apply to you. I'd probably remove the headstone and try and make it harder for people because I wouldn't want people poking around.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't want this body's really easy to dig up and it's been done so many times. Let's go look at it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd probably. So I'm gonna cycle through to the next picture.
Right. Yeah.
This is a good view.
Really nice window.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I
It's a
tried
really
to frame
beautiful
it nicely.
You could see this man as an artist, dude. Check him out on Mondays.
Appreciate it. So this, I believe, should be facing. That window is facing south, and
it's supposed to be facing. You said east, right?
Uh,
Or the door is supposed to face east.
yeah,
I don't know.
Always
the
supposed
door.
to face east, but this
Gotcha.
is like side
Okay.
windows.
Okay.
We will have to we'll see. We'll discover
We'll
the
look into
evidence. Because like I said, there's a bit of there's a bit of some falsehoods that could be found in this.
Misinformation.
Oh dang, this is a nice place. And you took all these photos, huh?
I took all these photos. Yeah.
This is sick.
If you keep scrolling through.
Okay.
To the next one.
So this must have been at somewhere around 5 o'clock at night.
I think it's a little bit later. I think it's
Little
probably
later?
around 7. It gets dark
Okay.
pretty late at the minute.
What I'm saying is
You might be able to see the sunrise, like or the sunset, even in the panoramic shot.
because what I'm saying is it looks like it's built the right way.
I believe it is.
And if it's built the right way, why is there documented
I think
necromancy happening?
Okay, so I think it's possible, right? Okay, so these like engravings, oh god, I didn't quite get far enough to read into them, but I believe they're also like ritualistic, or they might predate the rituals. I think
Because
How old are when were these rituals being performed? Is there any timeline on that, or is it like a recent development?
so. It was the rituals started in the 1960s.
Okay.
The church was built in the 1300s, and I didn't get. I meant to find when they estimated that these carvings were made. But I think people have like speculated that it's like original like Knights Templar shit.
So this place was built in the 1300s. That checks out as far as
That says Sean.
Does it say Sean?
So Sean, the knight.
No, here's the thing. If I were gonna guess, okay, I would say
Sean.
It is completely speculative.
I would say that this is graffiti.
Yeah.
This Sean bit, I would say that's probably big shout out to Sean. Thanks for desecrating a church that
site?
maybe that's why Rum knows so much about the. I think maybe it's
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the
What's
Uh,
that?
the engravings are to do with like the ritual stuff that happened in the 60s. That's
I
probably
mean,
like,
but the thing is, like, it
considering how
doesn't
like
just because there's some that are graffiti doesn't mean that all of them are graffiti. There very well could be engravings from when this thing was built. That MD that looks like that's a recent thing.
yeah, I agree.
It doesn't look super
That
worn.
100 I can actually guarantee to you that's 100% a.
Yeah.
I'm an expert in this kind of.
This here,
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
this here looks a lot more rounded
Yeah, and you
than
can see
this. You can
Yeah,
tell that
but so
this is older.
slightly. I mean, that also kind of looks. I don't know. I mean, again, I know I was saying I'm an expert, but I'm not an expert. So,
So- an interesting point in this church's history. In the 1840s, this church was basically just rendered a mortuary. So they just held dead bodies in this church. It was completely like discontinued as a church. So this might be the actual like turning point of when people kind of took it to be a more like sinister, or like not sinister but like satanic.
They they became superstitious because
Yeah,
it was treated as a crypt
yeah,
for a while.
essentially.
See, okay, so here over here we have the setting sun. So west would be this way.
Yeah.
And
So here we go.
the biggest piece of evidence of all,
Mm-hmm.
Rum, I think you were lied to about this church. You know,
I think
this is the walkway
That's the-
here. I mean,
that's the doorway, right?
that's the doorway, and I mean that there's east, and that's that.
that's indisputable, right?
That's indisputable as long as, well, I mean, I guess technically you could have been palming a magnet here.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't want to disprove something like that.
Yeah, but you know, you can never tell, dude.
These
Um,
characters.
the super interesting though, because that you mentioned. So you said that. Is there any documentation as to like when it stopped being like used as a church? Like you mentioned that there was a point where they started like using it as like a mortuary, but was there like a point where they were like, okay, this church is no more. We're done with this shit.
Yeah, basically they didn't like the location of it because it was like on top of a hill. They wanted they wanted a church in the center of town, like that was required.
Gotcha.
By, whoever it was fucking in charge back then. So they like discontinued this one, turned it into a crypt, built another one in the center of town, and then this one was just like left. It was literally just abandoned. Like 10 years after they started using it as a mortuary.
It's interesting. I feel like the mortuary aspect of it is probably a major reason why there is so much of this. Like it reminds me of, not exactly because this was a much more devastating occurrence in terms of scale than just being used as a mortuary, but there's an island, I can't remember the name of it, but it's off of it's in New York, and it was during the height of the typhoid epidemic. But they basically had this island off of like I think it's off of Manhattan, and basically they would just bring all of the people who had typhoid to this one island. A lot of people died there. There's like a lot of and I think that amount of death and like any association with large scale death like that is going to inherently like bring suspicion to a place. I'm pretty sure. I mean, right now, like this island I'm talking about, you can't go there. like it's literally it's federally like locked down. They have like boats like patrolling it. There, it's like impossible to get there. But I know that there have been people that have somehow gotten there, and similar things, right? Like, performing rituals and stuff.
Yeah.
Just based on the fact that there has been so much death in that location, and I think that's probably a large reason why you would be seeing that speculation here. People associating some kind of spiritual strength here that maybe they'll be able to tap into, the ether or something. I don't know, but super interesting though. This, I mean, it looks just aesthetically though, it looks fucking beautiful.
Pretty
We
cool.
don't have we don't really have that shit in the States. A lot of our stuff is pretty. We don't really have that old stuff. We have some old forts and such, but nothing on the scale of this. And this is just a random place in your town. Europe has some absolutely magnificent places.
There are like ruins and like churches, literally with pretty much the exact same story, like all across the UK, especially the Midlands.
Yeah.
But just to rattle through like a few more kind of like key points about this specific church. If you could get the pictures back up, there's a reason why there aren't any gravestones. If you go to the panoramic one, there's a reason you can't see the gravestones like actually sort of anywhere sort of near the church itself. And it's because like from all these like rituals in the in the 60s, basically the church gained such an infamous like oh god, what's the word I'm looking for?
Reputation. Yep.
Yeah.
Reputation. Yeah.
Reputation that the people felt it was cruel to have these gravestones actually on the property of the church, so they dug up all the graves again, or maybe at least the gravestones, just moved the gravestones outside the premises. So now like the whole church is just like ominously surrounded by all these like gravestones just outside the wall of it, which I think is pretty cool.
That is pretty fucking cool. Interesting.
So just like the association, people just decided they needed to act on it, just to be kind to the people buried there.
So you can't dig that girl up again?
I doubt you could find her. I think she's probably been moved to a different church.
Yeah, at least the headstone. So it's hard to.
I mean, you said was there a record of her name?
Yeah.
Jenny Humberstone.
Jenny Humberstone. Okay.
And actually, I've got like a snippet of an article here that describes like one of the rituals, like I think maybe
please
the first ritual that was like reported there. So in 1963, a local couple saw two Luton youths, which is a larger town, a city nearby. They were playing with a human skull, like nearby the church, and they claimed that they had taken it from inside St Mary's, this church, where they discovered the skull stuck to a broken piece of window frame that had been jammed into a wall. On the floor, they found like breastbone, pelvis, leg bones, laid in the pattern used for the Black Mass. It was described in the newspaper reports of police statements that there were scattered cockerel feathers and tracings of two Maltese crosses. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I'm not
Maltese cross.
Yeah, they're basically the cross that you can see on the wall. Is a Maltese cross, and they're associated with.
Oh, I do know what this is.
Basically, like a separate sort of version of the Knights Templar.
Interesting.
That also, crusaded through Jerusalem and stuff.
Oh, you're talking the red cross, not the cross that is being seen here.
No, not that.
I was
The
going
one
to say
that's
that's the Calvary cross.
Yeah. Let me see. There were two of these crosses. One of them was fresh, and the other one was definitely like weather worn. The Reverend at the time reported that 6 graves of females had been tampered with before the stone slab of the 7th, that of Jenny Humberstone, who had died in 1770, age 22, had been dislodged and the coffin broken open. And yeah, it was Jenny Humberstone whose grave was kept being reopened, and the bones found throughout the church.
So all the bones that were found in this account, those were just from her, or did they not confirm that? Okay, they weren't just from her. All right.
They were from the 7 overall, I think, graves, I believe, and maybe some more. I don't know how accurate these reports are. But...
Interesting.
So
yeah, I mean that's the difficult thing with a lot of this stuff is that it's hard to tell. It's hard to determine what is definitive fact and what's not.
So my issue with the report is that the black mass
yep,
isn't it's LaVey Satanism, okay? It was let me see what year it was started. It was around the 60s, right? But the thing is, like it would have been around in the 60s, but I don't understand why in the modern age LaVey Satanists, assuming that they were affiliated with Anton LaVey's Church of Satanism, would need bones. And why would they trespass on a church property?
Yeah,
it's just to me it almost sounds like a couple psychopathic kids broke in and were like, oh man, we dug up this stupid shit and now it's totally gonna freak them out.
I mean, there are definitely like reports of that exact thing happening the past 20 years, even like on that church.
Because
I'm with you, Belb. I doubt that this legitimately had any the Satanic Church at all.
Because the thing is like, listen, I don't subscribe to Anton LaVey Satanism or anything, but I don't think he was a shit for brains. You know what I mean? And I feel like the in order to think so far out of the box that you're programmed to think of and think like, I think you have to be kind of a lateral thinker. You have to be more drawn to the arts if you're going to be drawn to something like Anton LaVey Satanism. I can't see somebody actually holding a black mass in an abandoned church with using bones, digging it. I can't. It's just, to me, for genuine Satanism, I feel like it's too ghoulish. I think it's
Yeah.
very below them.
That's the one thing that not one thing, but that's one of the things that I like heavily is that this misinterpretation of what the Satanic Church is and what they do. And if there are people that are, doing sacrifices and stuff like that, in terms of what, the Satanism that is most prevalent, like specifically today, there's no, like, it's the perception of it is very, very skewed, and it's put in a light to make it seem like it's one of these, very heathenistic, very barbaric forms of religion. But in reality, it's really not. And I agree. I don't think that this would be something that people that were actually affiliated with this had specific ties to it.
Yeah.
Would actually go out and do. If these were people that were, this is like black metal mayhem kind of shit. If it was,
Yeah.
Satanism in some way, it was that like, very popularized, bastardized version of it. Now that's kind of a interesting way to put it, because Satanism kind of is bastardized in itself, but it's I think you understand what I'm saying.
It was made as a mockery of the Catholic Church and
Exactly.
and essentially and a lot of the things that the Church of Satanism does these days is there's a lot of lawyers involved, and basically they change laws about religion, and there was a law, I forget what state it was, where they were trying to pass a law that children could be hit by teachers, and this was semi recently, and the Church of Satan basically they said that your body's your temple in our religion, and we are going to sue the ever living shit out of any teacher who hits a kid, as long as the parents call on the church to say, hey, they didn't have consent to damage my religious goods. And they said we're going to do it free of charge, and we're going to sue the ever living piss out of you. Kids don't get hit in that school district now, or it didn't work out.
Thanks to Satanism.
They put a Baphomet outside of a town hall that had the giant 10 Commandments and stuff, and they said, listen, fair is fair. If
you want freedom of religion, it's got to work all the way.
Yeah. Yep. So and that's really what they've been. That's really what they do, and they mind their business. For the most part. That being said, the article is talking about is using buzzwords.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's using buzzwords, and that's what it is.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I think that it definitely is a problem. Is, like you said, I think there's inconsistencies, I guess, with the reporting. I don't know. It's. I mean, that's. And I'm not saying this place isn't interesting. I mean, it's definitely. Bro,
people are digging bodies up.
Yeah, like
and decorating an ancient, a church from the 1300s, decorating it with bones. So that they dug up. Of course, this is interesting.
The question that I have is so I know you mentioned you had an article that kind of explained a little bit more in depth as to what they were like. Is there any kind of information what the intention was? Because from what the article is saying, it's they were just fucking around. There was no were they based on what they were doing, what was the end goal? Were they trying to summon Satan? Were they trying to summon demons? What was their reasoning in some of this stuff, right? I'm not,
I mean, none of the
because it's
they would never dig that deep into it for that article.
I listen. I'm not going to because of Twitch guidelines, but there are some screenshots that you can, if you type in Black Mass Ritual, You can see artwork or photographs. Now, granted, beware because they are not safe for work. They do express some nudity. But the thing is, there's a lot of nudity in the Black Mass. But there's literally a photo here of Anton LaVey performing the Black Mass, and it 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 looks closer to Comic-Con than it does grave robbers. You know what I'm saying?
These look sick.
Yeah.
So
I fuck with the Black Mass.
But yeah, so basically, like, you know, I think something happened there, and it was shitty, and it's too bad that people are superstitious in the area, and it was used as a crypt. That being said, I would say, based on my knowledge of religion and magic and intent and stuff, I would say that these rituals were probably
Fucking
young
kids.
men.
Shit kids.
They were
You
young
just
men
call it
that
is.
that lacked empathy.
Yeah.
That went and decorated it just to see if they could get a rise out of the news.
Shit
Yeah.
kids. Shit
Uh,
kids. That's all that
I'd have
is.
to agree. And there's been that like tradition between the generations, like to go there and do stupid shit like that. Like fucking god, like 7 or 8 years ago there was like oh wait, actually I can't remember if it was global. Like, did you have like a thing of like clowns going around? Like I
Yes.
think maybe it's like one
Yeah.
guy, like yeah.
There was a series and eventually in the United States, if I recall correctly, this is around in 2013, 2015 or so. I believe in the United States, if you were dressed like a clown and just kind of standing in the road or something, I'm pretty sure that you were arrested. At least in the United States, because it became such a thing that the basically the police wanted to be like, listen, you'll be under arrest and detained and stuff for trespassing maybe, but they wanted people to chill out with that shit.
Yeah, because people were going out and just beating the shit out of people dressed as clowns. And that's one of the things that people would go up to this fucking church and do when that was a big thing. They would just go around with baseball bats or like pipes and shit looking for clowns to beat up. It's fucking crazy. It's just like all of that history of this like fucking church, and it boils down to 2013 fucking teenagers just going down. Like, it's crazy how it's manifested. Sorry,
I am gonna say something, and I'm a pacifist. I really, I genuinely love every human being and stuff. Though I love every human being.
This is such bullshit.
that I am required to.
You know,
my required amount of love is spread for everybody on the planet, and whatever. Damn, that's such a fucking lie. Anyway, listen.
I think most people think the same way, but I don't think it's true.
Listen.
Like,
I love humanity in idea and practice and stuff. Things get shitty now and again, whatever. But the thing is like, I would never encourage anybody to hurt somebody else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is where I'm getting at. However, if you want to play stupid games like dressing like a clown and standing around graveyards in the middle of the night, or following people home from work or whatever, and you happen to be beaten up, those are the prizes that you get when you play stupid games.
Yeah, like
Yep.
people.
That's
who
what
were
happens, bro.
arrested for being dressed as a clown. It wasn't for because they were like, ooh, scaring people. Like it was for their own fucking safety, right? Like they're going out literally asking to be like have their
It's
fucking
like,
heads kicked in.
dude, it's like that whole. This is just the same thing as like, uh, now the dude. It was just a prank, bro. That's basically all this is. It's people doing super shitty things,
Yes.
and then just being like, dude, it was just a prank. It's like, dude, that's not an excuse. You can't just like do that and then say, oh, it was just a prank, dude. Why are you taking it so seriously? It's like, cause what do you mean?
Listen, pranks from the beginning of time, pranks have gone too far. People have been hurt because of pranks. People have accidentally killed people because of pranks.
Exactly.
People have been so startled because of pranks that they've punched people in the face. If
Or
you
had heart attacks, or
heart
like,
attack, whatever, But what I'm saying is if you prank somebody and somebody responds in a way that is unpredictable, you have to predict that going into it. If somebody say, I don't know, in the mall, okay, you're walking, somebody jumps out of a store and goes, ugh, pranked you, bro, and you kick them in the balls as hard as you can to where they split up the middle and their crotch is now at their chest, and they call them.
Dude.
I'm telling you, it's like that's what you get.
If that happens to you, this is 8-bit's advice. If someone does it to you, if someone jumps out at you in the middle of the mall, some complete stranger, yes, you should kick them in the balls, and then when they're on the ground, like clutching themselves, just go up to their face and whisper to them, "It was just a prank, bro."
Nobody on the show wants anybody to get hurt, though.
Dude, I'm saying that's self-defense. That's self-defense.
That's definitely self-defense.
I'm not saying go out kicking people.
I'm saying all I'm saying, 8-bit, is that nobody on this Twitch channel right now, plus Twitch, wants anybody to harm another person.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
Nobody should get hurt.
Yep, that's it.
Full stop. Unless it's for sport.
Yeah, look at American football. These dudes can crush each other's head until they can't think, and that's totally fine. Look at hockey. People can punch each other or whatever. But the second I try to dress like a clown, they arrest me. Jeez.
Just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank. I threw sand in this guy's face, and he got pissed. I said it was a prank.
Dude, I don't get it. I threw my hot cup of coffee at him. Prank. What the fuck?
All right. So, 8-bit, do you have links to some other mysterious sites that maybe we want to talk about? Like,
yeah, let's do
the 1 billion statues that they unearthed over in China that are like masterfully crafted.
Yeah, can we
for almost no reason? What's the reason behind it?
Would you mind if we just did Stonehenge really quick? Because I literally have it fresh in my mind.
Let's do it.
In terms of I literally just watched a documentary.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was pretty stoned, so I don't remember everything that happened. Here, let me I don't know. Here's a picture, I guess. I mean, you can find a million pictures of Stonehenge, but
we're gonna find a picture of Stonehenge.
Can't even fucking go up to it anymore.
I have a insane connection with Stonehenge. It is such a big, important part of my life, and you won't. And the reason for it. Let's go back to the content page. And the reason for Stonehenge, we'll get into it.
Look at it.
A little later.
So one of the I mean, just in general, right? Like this, let me just make sure I have the timing right on this. So this structure was built in the estimate as it stands right now I doubt it will change very much, but
You can't change. You can't change when it was built, dude.
well, no, but I'm saying like if they find more
Yeah.
precise ratings,
That-
I'm sure it's carbon dating.
Listen,
Pretty
that's
much
why
right
Shaggy 2 Dope said that all scientists are liars, and they get him pissed. Please continue.
Yeah. So just so the archaeologists believe it was constructed from 3000 to 2000 BC. So the earliest monument was dated around 3100 BC, and the bluestones, and the bluestones part is crazy. I'll go into that.
Yes.
Were raised between 2400 and 2200 BC. So with that, so it took them 1,000 years. Is that how long it took them to build it? Is that what it is, or are they saying like, was it a lot shorter than that? I don't even know.
The thing is, with some of these absolute mammoth structures, they're often completed by people that are generations and generations removed. I mean, look at the Great Wall of China was built over how many thousands of years?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's crazy. Imagine being so lucky that you get born at the last stage and you get to see like the end of it. Like,
you
everyone
get to
else
see the
is
last.
Like, they know for a
person
fact,
to the
bro.
last photo.
I'm probably gonna die before. I mean,
mean,
we're probably gonna die before this, so it'll get done eventually, I guess. And then the people that finally do it, they're like, bro, look at this shit. But yeah, so took a super long time, fucking gigantic. I mean, how much each one? Let me see what the how much they each weigh. So each one, the big monolith ones, 13 feet high, and each weighs about 25 tons.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that's a little light. I thought it was going to be 30 or 40 if they're 13 feet high. Rock.
13 feet high.
Yep. Newsflash, guys. Stone,
like,
super heavy.
Stone is super heavy, and even one of the crazier things is, so I mentioned before these blue stones. So the really weird thing about these, and this would explain why they were put in the middle, basically front and center, is because when they are chipped, basically they glow like a kind of bluish hue in a certain way, which to people likely, back then with a more limited understanding of how things work. I mean, I don't know how they fucking work, but
so you live back then.
So I live back then. I'm a fucking dude.
You're a druid.
Yes, I'm a druid. So their understanding of it was these had some kind of properties, and that still goes on today because there's still many gatherings at Stonehenge with modern druids attending. But the craziest thing about this, and I don't know the exact distance. Oh, here we go. No, here it is. I literally found out how the distance. These things are crazy heavy, and they had to carry these about 250 kilometers each one. 250 kilometers to bring it to where they want it to be, which is now Stonehenge.
I'm sure they had some sort of primitive wheel at the very least that they were rolling it on logs or something.
Yeah. Did they?
They must, dude. They must have. There's no way that you could drag that far, and you're definitely not lifting it.
Dude, they're saying.
Maybe you're not.
Hold on.
Yo, don't tell me, baby. Yeah, boy.
They're saying they were dragged.
Oh God.
Literally dragged, bro.
Fucking brains. Make a wheel, bro. It's not hard.
So their stones was made to weigh about. Oh my God! Each stone weighed about 2 to 4 tons each.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
The majority of them to believe they brought them from Preseli Hills, which is about 250 kilometers away in Wales, either through glacial erratic theory, which is Hold on. That the glaciers brought them closer, so they were kind of there. Or
They could have.
or they dragged them. Imagine dragging 2 to 4 tons.
Yeah, no problem.
Was-
Yo,
I think what's more. Go ahead.
it reminds me of the Simpsons episode where he joins the Stonecutters organization, and they give him they strip him nude and they tie a stone around him and make him drag it.
So
It's probably just a
with
punishment.
all that, just the general insanity of this thing even existing, given when this was created, I would like to give it to you a little bit, because I know there's some significance to the sunrise in a specific stone. I think is it called the sunstone, right?
All right. Yeah.
To explain like what the significance of that is.
All right. So, first of all, up here, okay, this is a 3D render of what it would look like had it not been old and fallen apart.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So this is it's kind of very much it's set up almost like a theater.
Yeah.
Almost like of rocks.
Yeah.
And as far as what you're talking about is you're talking about the summer solstice, which in
Yes.
every single religion, every single culture, the summer solstice. I mean, it's the longest day of the year. It's the day with the most light. And light is always a spiritual tool, or at the very least an allegory of purity, or there's always the sun, or it goes by different names, Ra, or just soul, or even sun gods. Come on,
Praise be.
yeah, praise the sun. Yeah, on the summer solstice, you get this cool little window view through the looky loo here, which is
aesthetic.
which is pretty it's pretty interesting, because the people who have built this must have known astronomy like a motherfucker, because this is the precision of this. I mean, granted, the stone is like how wide, right? But the idea on a certain day every single year, it's just gonna go and it's gonna be there. You've got to know how to do that. You've got to be very smart. These are primitive people, but these are not ignorant people. These people watched the stars. They told stories. I mean, every single story slash religion, anything is based on stories that they weaved out of watching the stars and the moon and the sun and the you know what I'm saying. It's all very special, and it's still very special today. I mean, how many times has somebody, even with what's his name, the guy who smoked pot with Joe Rogan, Tesla,
Fucking Alien Musk.
yeah, even he, okay, even nowadays, he launched a series of satellites that are strung together, or some sort of space wiggle worm, and people gather and they look at it. Space is interesting to people who are rooted to this planet like a tree. It's interesting. This is a masterpiece. You have got to be some kind of a genius. And not only that, self-taught. Word of mouth. No, they didn't have Google. Where's the sun gonna come up? And they literally use that app where you can see all the stars even through the planet. You guys know the one.
Yeah.
How
I know
long?
that
How
one.
long did you say it took for them to erect that? And
According
drag
to
on?
the 1,000 years,
Like they had to
believe it.
maintain that knowledge from the start, right?
they
'Cause
had to pass it.
think
They
about,
had
like,
to pass it on, saying, "Hey, this rock goes. Don't fuck this
How-
up because this thing is super heavy."
At what point do you think they knew how they were gonna like lay it out? Do you reckon they went to that spot first,
Yeah,
and then
That's-
decided?
They must
This
have.
is-
yeah. Why did? So, what was the purpose of
Fine.
this spot specifically? Does it have any? Like,
I
is
think
there
it's
like
just
some?
the hill, right?
Is that all it is?
So, well, here's the deal. There's a hill, but you also don't know. This could have been a site.
Oh,
See,
it's because there's a main road going right next to it, so
Yeah.
they had easy access.
yeah, that's the
They had their Flintstone cars. and
Yep.
stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
bro. The thing is with this is you don't know what happened here before Stonehenge was built. For example, you could this could have been a place where somebody could have had a conversation with God, or invented math for their civilization or something. You know what I mean? So spots usually are picked for a reason, especially since all these rocks were dragged. It might as well have been an infinite amount of kilometers, because even if it's 1 kilometer, I mean, this is a great undertaking. So
Yeah.
this spot, there has to be, in my opinion, something special about this specific spot on top of the hill. Has to, and I don't know what it could possibly be.
It's just fact that we are like never going to know.
Yeah, it's really hard
That's
with
We have to live with, like,
it's yeah, you're right. It's basically with something like this. I don't see how we would ever find.
unless we
anything-
can like travel through time.
Yeah, unless we travel through time, then we'll go back and be like, "What are you guys doing?"
Why?
They're just like, "Bro, I don't know. I was fucking bored, so I'm telling all my ancestors to put these rocks in this area. I don't know."
Yeah. So we go back and realized they weren't actually going to do it, and it was we had to go back in order to tell them to do it. Otherwise, time might.
Yeah, they're like, "You know what? I don't know, man. This whole rock thing, I'm not really feeling it anymore." And then we go back. We're like, "No, guys, you have to do this."
No,
Like, you don't
think of the
understand.
tourist money.
Yeah, dude, people love this shit. I'm
It's gonna
telling
be a
you.
fucking podcast with some like 3 guys. Like they're gonna talk about it. It's gonna be epic.
There's gonna be
It's gonna be epic.
At least 8 people are gonna see it. Like,
dude, it's gonna be so crazy. There's gonna be 3 bearded dudes who don't really know what they're talking about, fumbling around on a podcast.
Sick.
Dude,
Snowdrop has a good question. It's something that I was actually wanted to bring up too. Is there a theory on how they stack them? I have no fucking idea.
yes,
I have no idea how they would have lifted those on top.
yes,
No idea.
yes, there is.
Okay.
Next
what's the theory?
question. Oh, I don't know.
What's the-
I'm just sure there is.
Oh,
Uh,
Snowdrop. Bro, I have no. I couldn't even. I don't know. I don't know.
I do have kind of an explanation, because I think it's similar to how they did the Easter Island heads. Where if you pull them next to the spot where they're going to be,
Yeah.
and you dig the hole,
and then
and
just
then
drop them in.
yeah, you use a lever pulley system, right? Basically, what happens is if you dig the hole, I think sand is involved too. Shit, now I don't even know. Now I guess I don't even know how it is, but there's some sort of sand involved where they tip the thing up, and it's way easier than just going, huh, it's
Good underneath, kick back straight.
I want to welcome everybody who's coming through. Demontech, what's going on? Tank Arcade, we are talking about some
Yo, mysterious
sites.
sites and structures. He did this in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you should have like an explanation.
Tank, that is a theory. People do think that.
Tank,
People do think that.
and when we do conspiracy theories, when I feel like the audience is mature
I'm
enough.
avoiding that.
I'm really avoiding it.
I don't want to really get into that. To be honest,
yes, there is a theory. I'm gonna just say the theory, and then we're gonna move on. There's a theory that the Smithsonian basically takes over archaeological digs where they find gigantic skeletons so they can cover it up.
Oh, I've heard about that.
There's that.
Wait,
Tank, it was probably not Mexicans considering its location. Nice try.
Very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
Do we know if these stones are buried? Because you said they were like what, 12 foot high?
I believe that they're at least a little in the ground. Also, I heard recently, and this is hearsay, that they found objects underneath the stones. So people put things underneath it and then pulled the stones up.
Shit way to lose your house key.
Yeah, no, I mean like,
you're Rocky.
It was like an antler and like an arrowhead, and then they placed it there on purpose and then pulled the thing up. Stonehenge stuff buried.
Stonehenge stuff goes.
Whoops. Is this graves? Yeah, I'm not finding anything right away as far as photographs.
Do you think we'll ever get to a point like in a extremely like future civilization where we're attempting to like recreate these like monuments to ancient civilizations?
They're already doing it. They have a pyramid in Las Vegas.
Okay. Okay.
Figure out manually.
No, I know. I was just fucking around.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, there are some graves near it, I guess, that they found, and what have you. As far as newer things, and I said that we were gonna talk about newer mysterious things. Here is the Stonehenge of America. Nobody knows who had this thing built. The only thing that they know is that the person that had it commissioned was named R.C. Christian. These are the Georgia Guidestones. And
see, Tank, that's a time portal. That's a time portal.
I don't know, have either of you heard of Myst, the like puzzle games?
Yeah,
yes.
Myst, yeah,
of course.
Oh, holy shit! You're literally the only people I've ever met.
How is that possible? It's a classic PC series.
Yeah. That fucking reminds me of that so much.
I could see that for sure. That's You know what's crazy about this? Wait, so how old is this?
Not very old. It's somewhere. I think 2003.
What does the writing say?
Okay, so the writing is a list on how to maintain a perfect
erection.
Planet.
Imagine.
Perfect planet.
Imagine.
It's a list of orders, and it's written in several different languages. the very first thing that was that's written on it is keep the world's population to 50, what is it, 500 million? Yeah, keep the world's population down to 500 million in
shit. Yeah.
here's this is kind of a shitty photo, but this is the one I got. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature.
Kind of screwed that one, didn't we?
Oh yeah, big time.
Wait, you say 2003?
Yeah.
Is like,
It's
already late.
It's recent. But
they're suggesting like a global culling then. They're like, that's more than a Thanos snap. That like
so here's the thing. The thing is it's a structure to where people, conspiracy theorists, believe that this is
Aliens.
a monument built by somebody who is a part of a elite organization that is basically laying it out. But it's strange because nobody knows who R.C. Christian is. I don't know. What's your take on it?
It's interesting. I mean, some of the guidelines make sense. You know, what's interesting about uniting humanity with a living new language? It like kind of exists, but it's not really being used. Really, it's called Esperanto. It's like an international auxiliary language. So basically, it's supposed to just basically be like a universal language. Like there's words incorporated from every single one to make it so even if you don't speak the language, you're likely to pick up on some of the words because it kind of takes into account who wrote that. What's that graffiti? Did someone graffiti it?
Yeah, somebody graffitied it, but it's not something I'm going to show on the stream.
No.
Jesus, one of them spray painted "Jesus will beat you, Satan," so they think this is from
yes,
Satanists.
you will not succeed.
Propaganda again.
Death to the New World Order. No one world government.
It just reminds me.
This is probably something I shouldn't say on stream, but this one says Obama is a Muslim.
I mean, what the?
So anyway, somebody.
You said it's in Georgia.
Yeah, these are the Georgia Guidestones. But anyway, this is it's a fairly new new thing, and again, it's written on several.
I've never seen a worse drawn pentagram.
It's terrible.
Yeah, that person is not somebody who has frequented the Black Mass. Shout out to the Satanists again.
State.
That one.
Yeah, it's the state. It's not Georgia, the country.
Georgia the jungle.
Now that's a conspiracy theory. I'm wanting to hear.
Unravel that.
Hear about.
It's just Vince. Like Tarzan. I don't even understand.
It's Tarzan, but
it's literally just it's like cheap Tarzan.
So
it's Tarzan, but Brendan Fraser.
Well, yo, shout out to Tarzan, written by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Big fan. Thank you very much for everything you've done, Edgar Rice Burroughs. What's the next one we're gonna cover? Here while we're at it.
Let's do. Shit, I don't have the sheet. I'll just pick one.
Okay.
Do Easter Island. Easter Island.
Yeah, I like Easter Island. The other one that I was going to suggest off the top of my head was the fucking ruins and shit, or not ruins, but suggested civilizations they found in the Amazon. I don't know if you guys are aware of that one.
Wait,
you mean the Mayans?
No, not Mayans. In the Amazon rainforest, like, oh wait, maybe it is Mayans, but I'm pretty sure there are like huge, like, sprawling cities, like the size of like small countries, like laid out in the fucking Amazon at some point. But let's do the Easter Island heads because I like them, and they've actually like kind of dug them up. What are you circling around there? What's that?
Trying to find I'm trying to find an Eastern
What
Island.
the hell is that picture?
I typed in Easter Island, and I almost did it live.
Can you show them the picture we're looking at?
No, I cannot.
Oh wait, I didn't know.
I was trying to secretly tell you guys that I almost searched it without clicking the hide button, and the Eastern Island, like one of the first things is a dude. I don't know, bro. I don't know what it has to do.
Look at those bananas, they're like super.
Yeah, there's definitely a banana.
Yeah, there's definitely a banana. One of them is smaller than the others, significantly smaller.
Dude, you gotta chill out and stop banana shaming.
Those heads, man, they have such a fucking attitude to their like expression. They're like, we are here to fucking stay.
Snowdrop, you guys have like amazing natural beauty, so I honestly would take that any day over some structures, to be honest. But I know what you mean. I understand what you mean.
All right, let's see.
Surely, like the Vikings and shit must have built some big shit out of rocks, right?
No, they mostly burn shit.
That's true.
They were really good at destroying stuff, but they made some really sick boats.
They burnt shit across the seas, not.
They loved burning shit, dude.
Yeah, they burnt a lot of their own shit.
That was like their favorite thing to do, and they took massive amounts of drugs.
The thing is, so here's the deal, okay? And nobody's gonna be able to change my mind on this opinion.
Okay. I could try.
Viking. Okay, I don't see why you would. It's kind of just general knowledge. Vikings are just like terrorists, bro.
Yeah, they 100% are.
Like why does our culture? Why do we worship them?
I don't know. So my mom did one of those.
Sick, bro. Look,
my mom did one of those. What's it called? 23andMe. Is that what it's called? 23andMe, Ancestry.com stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she found out that we're like very slightly have Viking blood, and she was like hella stoked about it. I was like, why are you excited? They were like, I said the same thing. I was like, they were like fucking terrorists.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be excited about this. If anything, you should be like, oh my god, I'm fucking Viking. What? No, I know. I'm just saying. It's like, I don't know. It's not like, it's not a great history.
No,
like,
it's not.
I understand it's interesting, but like the separation in time has seemed to like devalue the atrocity, or not devalue, just kind of like brought down the severity of the atrocities that they committed. Just saying, they did some fucking really fucked up shit. But
yo, if they carved out this much of the thing, why did they bury him? Look at.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Wait, is the other? Maybe it was supposed to like keep it from moving, but they didn't finish on the other one.
Bro, it's so far down. Why?
Did the Earth grow up around them? Maybe they were like.
Yeah, the Earth just grew.
Yeah, you haven't heard the growing Earth theory?
Fuck that.
Earthquakes? No. How? It doesn't. That would not.
Why is that one got a hat?
Because that one has a hat, dude. Some people wear hats.
Why do they all have hats? One of them's got a missing face.
It could have just been. It could have just. Snowdrop might be onto something, or Snowdrop might be onto something. It could be the fluctuation in temperature and like how moist the ground gets. Maybe it just kept going down and like sinking down. Maybe. I have no
I'm
fucking
pretty
idea.
sure. I'm certain they
Landslides?
weren't buried.
Tank.
Yeah,
Are there massive hills around it?
Let's find out.
Because that could be an explanation if there's hills, but like if it's flat land, like no.
Kind of fucking scary.
They are like fucking weird looking, and they're like surprising detail.
Like, imagine discovering that island like at night.
Bro, I would. No. I'd be like, we're not stopping here. We're gonna keep going. Fuck that. That is bad vibes. That is bad vibes. Should we tell the king? No, do not tell the king we found this.
Bury it.
just bury them all.
Oh shit. I imagine like if you got deserted on that island, like eventually you just go fucking stir crazy enough that you would just hear them start talking to you, right?
If you just hung out with them for a while, yeah. Like Tom Hanks.
Yeah. I watched Castaway like last week for the first time.
The first time? It's a good movie, dude. Tom Hanks is a treasure for sure.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there is much for as far as like hills around it, right?
Yeah, no.
I don't. Not enough to cause like. Maybe they buried it, like so they wouldn't fall
100%.
out, fall over.
Why I don't understand why they would sculpt a big thing just to bury most of it.
They've got to get the stone like to that shape for it to be like buried anyway. I'm not talking about like the actual like carving, the detail that they put in it, but I figured, you know, they had to get the stone that shape. Maybe they just thought, fuck it, we'll just put a little bit of detail in it anyway on the way. Maybe they just had that artistic initiative. They thought
Is
maybe
it possible that the rocks
years...
were already there?
That well, they weren't naturally
No.
carved all the way down into the dirt.
It's true.
Oh fuck! Unless they were like meteors. No, because they like they said like you know,
like an alien launched them, like just bombed them, and they just
It's like a Gatling gun.
yeah, dude, that's what it was.
They're escape pods, guys.
Oh,
there was a fucking war like in the stratosphere.
What's
And
this?
these escape pods, like
Holy crap! This is a thing too.
What is that? Just a farm?
Oh, dude, it's
shit,
like a carved stone. No, this civilization is they were carving a whole bunch of stuff, dude. Don't even look at this. All this stonework here. What's this?
How big is this island? Because it looks like what? It's looks fucking tiny. Oh no, it's pretty big.
very good point, Tank. Very good point.
So this is 2 miles.
We do like burying stuff when we can't finish it.
That's like, yeah, it's
fucking dude. Just bury the rest of it. It's fine. We got the heads done. Just bury it. Maybe we'll finish it later.
But they did so many of the heads.
They did so many. They were like, okay, we'll do the head.
Just
and
every
then we'll
single
do
time they're like, no, we're gonna finish this one.
Stone
They wake up
figures
in the morning,
with
they're like,
ruins.
fuck this. We're not doing it again. I'm not doing it. It's too much shit.
See, there's more
That's a lot.
stone heads over here. So over.
Let me go to that one.
This is stone heads here. This is stone heads here. Yes, these are broken Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge?
Stonehenge. Yeah.
Just having a stroke.
Could it have been a water erosion? Is the water just maybe hurricanes came through and just kept building more and more dirt and
Oh shit.
shit
What
over it?
the
You know what I mean?
fuck is a video game rental service doing out on Easter Island?
Click it. I want to see what this
I'm
is
not
about.
I'm not clicking it.
Why?
Because it's live. If I click it,
we're giving them free real.
4.7 stars. How bad would it be?
because if I click it, what if it shows my location? I'm not taking any risk.
Take it
Like
off.
if I want fucking Tank Arcade to come through my place.
That's true, dude.
just playing. If Tank showed up on my door, I'd actually probably be super stoked. Unless I was really tired, then I'd be like, "Oh, come in."
Can you come back another time? Can you surprise me at another time?
Next Tuesday sounds good. What is that? Why is that shaped like a person as well?
Damn, that's suspect too.
They sure did, Tank. They sure did.
So anyway, basically what I'm saying. Oh, this is a nice bunch of
Houses.
Yeah, this is good.
Snowdrop said, could it have been some religious thing? You know how the insides of rated even though they weren't meant to be open.
Ooh.
Could be.
Tried to open an Easter egg.
It could be.
Easter
There could be
egg
some
there.
significance there for sure. I don't know.
So listen, one thing's for sure. There are a ton of stone heads here. There's a ton.
They have them
There's a
in
lot.
Africa as well, right?
What's that?
Like they have
Is that?
big stone heads like that in Africa too, right?
I
I
know.
have no idea.
I know the Mayans had big faces that they put into the side of their pyramids and stuff. Let's go into Mayan pyramids.
Yeah, that's good.
Hang on, quickly. There was, I can't remember where I fucking heard this, but there was.
Oh, yo, sorry, go ahead.
There were giant heads like that made out of stone located. Oh god, could it be like in the US or Mexico or some shit? Basically somewhere where there's not like where there weren't like black people when they were made, but they look very characteristic of like African like faces, which is crazy. I wish I need to find like a.
So that would hint at sea travel would have happened.
Yeah. Wait. Oh shit! It's just one picture of them. It's giant. Yeah. Giant stone heads of Mexico. They're very African. I can send you. Okay, you got the Mind City ready. Okay. I'll try and find like pictures.
All right. So you want to talk about precision?
Yep.
You want to talk about these?
Oh, we're talking about like the echoes.
Mine-
Like the sound.
Mayan pyramids are fucking bananas.
And the thing is here's the deal. They often, in my opinion, they often get overshadowed by the pyramids of Giza.
100%, dude. 100%. And I actually prefer the Mayan ones. over those.
The thing is don't get me wrong. The pyramids of Giza are fantastic.
Fucking gigantic.
But
Fucking gigantic.
here's the deal. If you're not down with the ancient Mayan or Aztec cities, these are insanely. Look at the stairways.
Yeah.
It's so precise. Like
This is a people that I think did not have the technology of a forge, right? So were these stone tools that carved this?
no, they would have had metal because they had like
They-
realistic knives and shit, right?
But they could have been stone knives.
That's the thing is where they are. They have obsidian and flint and stuff, and that's used as as a knife. That's why I'm wondering. I'm not sure if they had like copper or iron tools. I know they had gold jewelry, but gold is, gold is.
Saddest thing about this is that this was like one of the most like sprawling, most beautiful like civilizations ever created, and I'm fairly certain a lot of this was incredibly colorful too. So right now we're seeing it all like kind of gray and and just stone looking, but everything was pretty fucking colorful, and virtually destroyed overnight. So that's pretty sick. And by pretty sick, I mean pretty fucking terrible. There is a civil Mayan, and there were accounts of when there was the Spanish conquistadors that came through, right?
Yes.
The Spanish conquistadors came through, and they described it, and it was like surrounded by water, like it was this like they tried to describe it like this is the most beautiful thing they'd ever laid their eyes on. Yeah, it's like super colorful, like completely. It was like a sprawling, like people all over the place, and like I said, virtually destroyed overnight. And this was like just a magnificent. Awesome would be like the probably perfect word for it. I think awesome in terms of modern linguistics just kind of falls short of what awesome really means. But this was literally like awe-inspiring, great.
Yeah,
still is.
The Spanish came, and probably peacefully at first. Probably, I'm saying, because I don't know, but I know they took the gold and they left disease, and it's that, and there probably things got violent. But it's absolutely astonishing.
I think they also part of the reason how they rationalized this was that some of the I guess people in charge of these like expeditions to investigate these new worlds at the time.
Yeah,
they bore witness to some of the sacrifices and stuff, because they did do sacrifices extraordinarily primitive, so they felt kind of, I guess, they found a certain right in what they were doing when they came in and just kind of took their shit. But just something to bear in mind.
Yeah.
A quick note: the Mayans didn't have any metal, but the Aztecs.
They had no metal.
The Aztecs had copper, gold, tin, and lead.
Okay.
So what were they using to build? Was it, you said, obsidian, Bell?
There's obsidian. I don't think is hard. I think it's too fragile to break stone to other stones. I think they must have used stone tools to carve the stairways.
Tools such as fire, basalt axes on wood.
Mayan architects use readily available local materials. Oh, it's saying this is the building material.
Quartz.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But the tools
on stone, they use tools made of flint, obsidian, granite, limestone. Oh man! But here's the thing:
the yellow fucking
granite is incredibly hard to make up. So that makes sense.
But the thing is old, all stone. The stone that so here's the thing. When you cut something or you break, you're building something, the harder material breaks the weaker material, right?
Yeah.
So obsidian, the fact that they would lump that in along with flint, I would have to see it in motion, because I think those two things are too fragile. When you use obsidian and flint, you break it at an angle to make a blade. It's just like Tank's saying, obsidian's used. It was used as a weapon. It was used as a knife. It was used as to skin animals.
Flaying, yeah.
Yeah, it's there's a lot. There's a lot here that we can talk about. Bro, look at the stairways. That, to me, is the most impressive part. I mean,
Was it?
it's the one, the thing that stands out to me is the fact that they would have to cut one stair and move another because it. Anyway, I'm actually at a loss for words because of the beauty of.
There's hold on.
Oh,
Look
what
something
the
here.
fuck is this? Oh no, okay. The Aztec death whistle. Have you heard them?
What's that?
Oh god, I don't know if how I'd like send you this link. It's a YouTube video of a guy blowing an Aztec death whistle, which I think.
Okay,
maybe is
no,
called-
I've heard them before. They are very creepy.
Oh my god, that's vile.
Let me
Like
see here.
you initially hear it, it's like a. It's just like.
Oh, is there it's a sound?
It's a sound, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like
I thought it was their way of like calling
roaring
the troops in or
something.
something.
No. When you hear it, it sounds like more whispery, like a. But then you actually like take a second to listen to it, and you hear like as if it was a. Oh god, like
Oh, I gotta listen to it soon.
screams from like thousands of people, like hundreds of yards away, like fucking crazy.
Oh, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to. Oh, okay. That's really smart. So it sounds like from far away. There's just really just
Yeah.
person
From
blowing a
what?
whistle.
From that little clip.
That's
what it
fucking crazy. That's really. I've never even heard of that. That's super.
I'll put the link in the Discord of the video.
Yeah, please do.
I'm like half watching. I don't want to just ignore this show. And
Now,
start watching
how
documentaries.
did
You could probably play that.
how did how did like did they have like a water transport system? Like obviously, Rome had like aqueducts and stuff. Did they have
I'm
anything
pretty
like
sure
that?
they had aqueducts.
I don't I think by the photo they just built their shit around rivers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
To be
sense.
fair, they had a lot of rivers.
You too. They sure do.
You see here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just build it around it. Yeah.
Which is the best
I mean, that's what they did in Mesopotamia. They did what, Tigris and Euphrates. They kind of built around those areas. I mean, it's a smart move. Instant access to a water source.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been fun, but
They had. Go ahead.
we should really start wrapping up.
Okay.
We still wrapping up with this one or just wrapping up all together?
All together,
Okay.
because some of us have meetings and things to attend.
It's like 1:45 for me as well. I should probably be.
Jesus, dude. All right, that being the case, tank. Oh, they had canals, so they kind of had they had canals, so they kind of just built their own way of just bringing the water to them. So not as insane. I don't know. Can we really quickly just show an aqueduct? I fucking love these things. I love these things.
They're fucking crazy.
And they are. It's such like a that they were able to pull this off too. And they're beautiful on top of that.
How far they transported water that way? Like,
Oh, dude, that's a great fucking question. I have no idea. It's definitely, it went past that, but aqueduct system length. Let's look that up.
imagine if they built one of those fucking like huge aqueduct bridges,
Bro,
and it was too high up.
57 miles.
Yeah, that's too damn low.
11 aqueducts were built to bring water to Rome as far as 57 miles. And
then
some
you
of
have
them
to
are still
think
in
about-
use. Bro, they're still
Yeah, that's
using
crazy.
them.
That's fucking crazy.
So, for those of you who
Think about that.
And how they channeled it like throughout the cities as well, and like actually kept
Oh
it
my
organic.
god.
Don't they have like huge like underwater like under the city like huge fucking like tunnels and like archways and shit?
Dude, the Romans were
15
fucking
feet
S
high.
tier at architecture. Like,
Have you
actually
guys-
insane. The Duomo,
know-
all of this shit, like,
Go on.
nuts.
So this is how they worked. If you're not aware of what we're talking about, this here is the aqueducts. It is definitely, if it's not a wonder of the ancient world, it should be.
It's a fucking wonder of the modern world. It's like,
Yeah, we have to use
basically, they extended a river and made it usable in the city. Have a city, not enough river in it, we got you covered.
Do you think on the way back they like discovered that there was a river much closer?
oh my god. They're like, oh, dude, hey, Julius, we found this other
Gee,
thing.
you know,
The thing we built is super fucking cool. But I hate to break it to you. We found a little bit of a water.
Just on the other side of the city, like
so yeah, this is what you're talking about. It would
Yes.
it would tower up on the end here.
I know this isn't really mysterious, so I apologize for this.
Yeah, well, it's definitely it's kind of mysterious.
How the fuck they thought of this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind
And then it would branch out from here.
yeah.
But
Private
yeah,
houses got water, dude.
and they had
What?
underfloor heating and shit in the bar.
Yeah, dude.
I don't have that.
What the fuck? These fucking people. I think it's, but one thing that really doesn't give it as much justice is this particular diagram doesn't fully capsulate how fucking long these things are.
oh, yeah.
Like
I mean,
when I saw them in person, dude, it's the height and the fucking length is. I mean, dude, it's lasted this long, and there's no sign that it's even like close to like, you know,
It's not even
falling
flaky.
apart. No, yeah, it's just mind blowing to me.
so
Snowdrop, you got a fun fact? Lay it on us, dude.
fun fact. I got a fun
No.
fact. It's Snowy just goes, Rome is dumb. Boo.
Yeah, Rome is stupid. Oh, I want to ride that thing. That looks sick.
What?
This woman
Oh,
does not
poking
look
your head
comfortable.
around the top of that.
She looks terrified.
I'd be gripping that like that too.
Oh, she's terrified because she's riding an ancient train bridge that thousands of years old, and she's only, what's that? How high do you think this is? Holy shit!
I like how there's
Foot?
like a sidewalk basically next to it. I didn't even know that was there.
Oh god.
So
What
you
is
can
this?
walk on it.
Yo. This guy's asking this guy a question. You can tell by the look on his face.
Yeah, he's like, so you think this thing is long or?
so what is this, like a water bridge, or like he's just asking him? You gotta get on the tour. I can't tell you. My boss would. You gotta get on, and I'll tell you whether or not this is a bridge for water.
I can't. Yeah, I can't answer any questions. Maybe.
The city has grown for a long time. Building bike storage next to my school, they found 2 Roman skeletons with coins
Oh,
and shit buried around them. They also, and also when they were building the house I live in now, they found a lot of traces of old Roman town. Oh, okay.
that's pretty insane. That's awesome. Hopefully, you don't have any spooky ghosts.
Damn, can you imagine just hearing like Roman legion playing dice or something in the middle of the night. It's like, shit, I think there's drunk Italians in the house.
Vino.
Yo, you imagine having ghost buddies who were drunk gamblers?
Dude,
That would be so sick.
Like having ancient Roman roasted best ghosts to have. They'd be so much fun. I feel like when you make anything when you make anything with rocks around water, the rocks tend to be strong, so they won't fall down in any environment. Just stoned Italians.
Yeah, but knocks on the door at 3 a.m. That's not fun.
No, ancient Romans would just barge in and start drinking your wine.
Yeah, they would drink your wine, and if you said anything about it, they'd probably backhand you.
And they complain about the taxes.
Probably.
They'd be like, "You want to go to the bathhouse?" They're great. They're a good time, but they don't really care about formalities.
But where is the bread?
Yeah.
Where's the bread?
Where's the
You've got wine,
bucket?
I get it. But where's the bread? I want to dip my bread in the... Okay.
The fucking bucket we all shit in and the sponge that we all use communally to wipe our fucking asses.
Dude, let's be clear, dude. The bathhouse was not really used too much for bathing.
No. Bathhouse was funhouse. Okay, with that being said, definitely appreciate everybody for coming by. Remember, please, you son of a bitch, please check out Rum. That is our Rum's here tonight. That's him. You've been looking at him. Also, huge shout out to 8-Bit.
Hey, what's up?
8-Bit
boy.
8-Bit. Would you stop flipping people off? Would you? Would you?
I have the stream up, so it took a little while.
Would you at least try to act your age?
Put me in the fucking middle. What do you expect me to do?
That's true.
I think this. Rom, thanks for coming by. I hope you come back for more because this was
hell yeah.
quite enjoyable. I really enjoyed it.
Let me finish my thing. 8-Bit does the graphics and stuff for the show.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, boy.
So it's like
the
show's brought to you by 8-Bit. The number 8-Bit.
8-Bit, can you give that hand behind you a high five for me real quick? I think.
Oh shit! Cool. Wait, is that on? I actually don't even know which. Hold on, I saw this joke. Hold on. Oh,
yeah, it's.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
Fuck you!
We can put a slap in post.
So
wait, I'll snap. I need it. 3, 2, 1.
That work?
Probably
you want me to do back or?
Yeah, back.
Oh, no, this way.
You high five the hand behind you, and I'll clap.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
I did it, but it kind of lagged.
I love that.
All right, the show's over. This sucks.
I just want to say I apologize for not being able to do last week. I was quite ill.
No, it's so good,
but
bro.
I'm not apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to everyone dying for the next. No, but it obviously this is fun. I always enjoy doing it. So big shout out to MrBelb, even though you're already here. Tell your friends about him. If someone walks up to you in a supermarket, I'm looking to buy a tomato. I'm looking to buy a potato. You say, tomato, are you watching MrBelb tonight? And they'll say, who's MrBelb? And then you say, oh boy, do I have a story for you. And then tell them about, the last thing Belb did. Tell them about, what game he was playing. Tell them about what he talked about on Beyond the Veil this week.
Thank you so much for that instructive story, hypothetical story that you were telling. I really appreciate that. It really helps the channel to grow, and when you tell your friends, and even if they're not your friends, tell them anyway. It just, you know.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
Spread the word. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out.
All
We'll
right.
see you next week.
Love you.
Much love, everybody.
Bye.
Snowdrop redeemed a Discord invite, dude.
Oh,
Hell yeah. All
I'll
right,
make
yo, peace out. I'll see you later.
Bye, everybody. Peace.
Yo,
keep talking.
yo, we're back on the air now.
Oh my god, we were just talking so much shit, dude. We were having so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was great. I gotta some stuff I gotta take care of, but
Honestly, I've been needing a leak for the past like hour and a half at least.
oh yeah, what time is it? It's 1:30 by you said?
It's like 1 o'clock now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hell
I've
yeah.
been needing a wee for such a long time. I
The
don't want to
fa-
miss anything.
Bro, the fact that you call it a we.
A wee.
Yeah, well that's a
I tried to say take a leak, but I didn't feel natural in my accent. So
Tank, hold on. You have a PS5 or is it cross-platform?
Cross-platform, bro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What are you getting into?
So here's the deal, right? What I'm gonna do is I am gonna host a buddy of mine for now. I might be back later. I don't know what's going on. If I'm come back later, it's gonna be to play multiplayer games because I don't want to think. So if I don't know, 8-bit, are you planning on playing videos tonight or
Maybe. Maybe. I'll let you know. I'm trying to decide if I wanted to do more Ori, if I wanted to hop on some like Overwatch. I might want to play some Overwatch, to be honest.
Overwatch? Oh,
I
also
want that
remember
fucking Jacob dude to hit me back so I can get him banned.
Verdun is free on Epic Game Store. We should probably play that. It's supposed to be like Rising Storm, only it's World War II. So
I'll download it right now. I'll
uh,
literally download it right now. How's that sound?
that sounds good. We don't have to do it tonight, but I definitely want to do it sometime soon. Thank you, everybody.
I'll give it a try tonight.
Hi. Thank you guys for coming through. Also, Battlefield 1 is free with Amazon or Twitch Gaming Prime, whatever they call it. So pick up your Battlefield 1. Make sure you download that. That game is so sick. I put so many hours on that. And it's because of that game that I found Bones. So big shout out to Battlefield 1.
Definitely huge shout out. Massive shout out, in fact.
But with that being said, I'm going to host my home. Actually, I don't know. My Blue Lion, he's been streaming for like 5 hours.
Yeah, I think
hopping off soon.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Let me see if anyone I know is
Mr. Apollo.
Yep, Mr. Apollo's on. Old World Gamer.
streaming.
What?
Pokemon Crystal. Old World Gamer's playing.
Yeah, let's go with Old World Gamer. Not because Blue Lion isn't worth it, but You know,
You
he's
got-
going to be
He's
switching.
probably gonna end it soon if it's 5 hours going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, he finished.
gotta be.
He got
Yeah.
raided by Roundy earlier as well.
Here's a link to Blue Lion. We're gonna definitely be my homie, Old World Gamer. Honestly, such a solid dude, and plus he's playing a
Fucking sick. Game.
dopely quality game. You know, this game wasn't even gonna have the first Pokemon built into it because of storage, but somebody at Nintendo said no, I don't like it, and they spent their own personal time compressing the game so it would fit.
That's fucking insane.
That's at least how I heard. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to have it, but they were able to compress the old game because I think it's on like the same engine, so they just had to fit it in. Anyway, go check out my boy Blue Lion and Old Wheel Gamer. Thanks for coming, everybody. Goodbye.
Hell
Bye,
yeah.
y'all.
Dab on the head.